Negombo, a renowned fishing village north of Colombo, stands on the banks of a lagoon that has been connected to the Kelani-Congo River by a canal built by the Dutch. Here, there are always many fishermen on board their colourful boats. During the Dutch and Portuguese colonisation, the city was a flourishing commercial port, especially for the cinnamon trade. Most of the population is Buddhist and of the Sinhalese language, but the Tamil language, of the homonymous ethnic and Hindu religion, is also considered official. The two ethnic groups, after a recent civil war that lasted almost 30 years, have come to a peaceful and mutual desire to revive the country's economic and cultural life. The Silesians arrived in Sri Lanka in 1956 and by now have a consolidated presence made up of centres that welcome all, but especially the young who are most at risk. The activity of primary, advanced or vocational training is perhaps the one for which the Silesians are most appreciated, since they welcome and actually help many young people rejected by other institutions because they are too poor. The Don Bosco Institute of Negombo was started in 1963 thanks to the gift of the land by the then bishop.
That time the people and the youth did not understand the value of this vocational training. He had a fitting section, then 3 welding plants and 3 lathe machines and 2 milling machines.
There are currently 16 courses of study, most of which are recognised at the government level. Engine mechanics and air conditioning and radio appliance electronics were the first to be activated. Then came topography, computer science and gradually others, including carpentry, plumbing and bakery. The courses are very coveted because they really prepare young people for the world of work.
Youth who come to us are orphans and also from really from poorer economic standard, so they are not able to pay very much. So because that for number of years, at least for last 15 years, the real challenge has like 15 to 12 years, real challenge has been the financial commitment to pay the teachers and to buy the raw material, to pay the electricity bill. There are many orphanages, either government or run by the church, but when they have reached the age 15, 16 or face O-level examination, they are sent out of the orphanage because government doesn't anymore sponsor or permit them to remain in orphanages. So they were coming here and we had to do through interviews and other talks to do a real vocational guidance for them to choose the suitable vocational path for them.
Also in Metiagan, the Silesians work to offer young people opportunities for a better life, starting from a solid scholastic formation and from educational proposals that invite them to look at the other in a different way. Trying to overcome the wounds of war and to go beyond rancor and suspicion for those who belong to another ethnic group.
Then I also came with some struggle, some fearness. Then after that I came here, the Sinhalese also behave well for the Tamilis. Then I happy to see. we are always thinking wrongly because they are not against us for us. We are just leave and we are gathered to develop the Sri Lanka. We want to develop our country because in our country, that is not a developed country. We want to develop this country.
Don Bosco Civil Engineering Institute Matiagane was started in 2010. It was started with the aim of preparing civil engineers for our country, because we found after the tsunami that our country needs good civil engineers.
The family atmosphere of the scholastic works and reception of the Salesians pushes boys and girls of any religion to want to know Don Bosco, that father who has always encouraged them to live a life of dedication and full of satisfaction.
As example, I am doing civil engineering. In this institute, I learn not only civil engineering subject matters, I learn all what should be done in the life. All the good thoughts, morals are heard every day in the assemblies and good night talk. So many opportunities are there to hear more good things, and also I can obviously say that this is preparing us for a good life only. There are interrelationships between these religions also. Actually, being in a Christian or a Catholic place, we will have no disputes among the religions.
The courses are also open to girls. In a globalized society, increasingly competitive, complex and poor in values, it is important to offer integral training opportunities that focus on the development of the person as a whole.
Though this is an education institute, we are gaining the life here, because here all the maintenance activities of our house is done by ourselves only. There are servants for the cooking and little garden works only. Here cleaning activities and all the domestic activities are done by students. So here for our future lives it's very useful. When we are with fathers, here we are having a religious life. It's very useful because today modern society is going behind all the money only. It's very useful to build up honest and religious minded people in future.
No matter how many the years of war, what matters is the struggle of today. A struggle made up of small gestures, motivated by a sense of brotherhood, union, and the desire for peace. Besides the ethnic and religious differences, there is the value of every single human being.